Saturday pilot. Saturday pilot. Whew. What time does the story begin? The story begins at 1 p.m. on Saturday. What is the golden hour mentioned in the no? Well, hey, hey, did you hear about the happening with the guys from the engineer free the last Saturday? No, not really. I thought they just wrapping up at 1 p.m. and heading home like they always do. That was the plan. They were staying and heading to the little local spot for the quick lunch. They just want to eat and get back to their families. Classic, so let me guess. They got stuck working overtime instead? Actually, no, it was the opposite. They sat down outside. It was a hot day, and they saw a waiter bringing a bucket of ice cold beers to the next table. Oh, I see where this is going. Just one wrong, right? Exactly. But that one wrong changed everything. As soon as the bear hit the table, the conversation did a total 108, 18. They stopped talking about their office projects entirely. What were they talking about then? Sports? The weekend? Entrepreneurship? Someone brought up how much demand there is for automation in local shops lately. It was like a spark went off. Wait, so they were actually talking business while drinking? More like dreaming big. The waiter come by twice to take their food orders, but they didn't even open the menus. They just kept ordering more rounds of drinks. Man, the waiter must have been annoyed. Were they just chatting or actually planning something? They were dead serious. By the third round, they were using the napkins and drafting paper. They were sketching out one business of model for a tech trading venture. Oh, napkins? That's some movie style inspiration right there. Did they actually know that they were doing? Well, they are engineers, right? They already have the technical skills and the software knowledge. They just needed to switch from the technical mindset to American mindset. That's a big jump. Did they talk about the boring stuff too? Like money or logistics? Everything credit lines, imports, building their own quiet. They covered it in a while the hours just blurred by. So, how long were they actually there? They didn't stand up until 5 p.m. The sun was already starting to go down. 4 hours? I bet they were saving by then if they never ordered their lunch. That's the crazy part. They didn't eat a single bite. They left the table with empty bottles and full business plan. I bet they felt a bit lightheaded walking out of there. Well, a little bit from the beer, sure, but they say they left heavy with new ideas. They walking in employed and walking out feeling like business hours. Wow, it's amazing how a simple launch can turn into a legacy if you are with the right people, right? They missing the meal, but they found a vision. Man, now I feel like I need to go grab a beer and start a company. It's a funny. Did they ever mention if their families were mad that they stayed out so late? Wait, what? Mad that they stayed out so late? Actually, they say the vision was what clear that when they got home, they weren't just tired from work. They were actually excited to explain the new future they were building for their kids. That's a relief. Well, what about the technical files that say at 1 p.m.? Did they just forget about their day job? Not exactly. They realized that those files were just tasks or is the napkin sketch where the legacy. It changed how that see their own value. Do you think our waiter kept any of those napkins? They might be worth something one day. I doubt it. The guys probably took every single one of them. You don't leave $1 million blueprint behind on a sticky restaurant table. True, but wait, how did they agree on how this was? Five engineers in one room usually mean five different opinions. Surprisingly, they say a technical mindset has been there. They naturally debate the roles, one for logistics, one for software, one for the merchant side. It just clicked. And what about the automation part? Is that really a big deal for local shops? Here, the still with here. They saw the small business was struggling to keep up all week's big tech. They realized it could be bridged to help the little guys automate. It will. They went for a burger and ended up with a market cap analysis. Did they ever go back to the restaurant? They are planning to. They want to have their first official board meeting at the same outdoor table. This time, maybe they will actually order the food. I bet so. Did they quit their jobs on Monday morning? No, they are being smart about it. They call it a pivot, not a cliff jump. They are building to save business while keeping the engineering firm state for now. The smart move is all about that quality they were talking about, right? Exactly. Building something you actually own instead of just renting out of brain to a corporation for 40 hours a week. Man, I'm really inspired. Do you think they're looking for a six partner? Better to grab a beer and some napkins. Maybe you can pitch them your own idea next Saturday.